I think a lot of the bad habits we do are very much correlated to how lonely we feel. The constant need for hearing other people's voices, because the bad habits we do, let me give you some examples. Watching YouTube instead of working, specifically for the case of you're a video editor and you gotta look for a sound effect on YouTube or something. You gotta look for a green screen clip on YouTube, right? And you end up watching YouTube videos, and maybe you pick up your phone because your editor sent, not your editor, but like your client sent you something, and so you read it, but then you end up scrolling. Or you listen to music and then you stop coping and you realize, the music's kind of distracting me, so maybe I'll listen to it in another language. Maybe I'll listen to music that doesn't have any words. And then at night, when you're alone in your bed and it's winter, you're more likely to relapse than you are in the summer. It's like a weirdly specific thing, but it's true. That's all because we're afraid of feeling lonely. And when you're silent, you're alone with your thoughts. So I think that practicing learning how to be comfortable in silence will do you very good in being more comfortable being alone. Because when you're alone, ain't nobody talking to you. You're not hearing voices of other people. You're not hearing noises, nothing's stimulating you. And I actually did this right now. I was working and then I caught myself scrolling again. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm totally scrolling because I'm bored, like bored out of my mind listening to this person talk, the person I edit for. And like no flame to them, but this is what editing does, right? This is why you can't edit for 10 hours straight, because at some point you're gonna go insane. You're gonna hear the same things over and over again. You're gonna memorize the entire script of the video. And if you have to do this for a longer period of time, let's say you've been working for someone for years already, then this is absolutely unbearable. So you need to work breaks in, right? And I noticed that my breaks were getting more and more degenerate. Like I was just scrolling or like watching videos of other people play Elden Ring. Even though I have Elden Ring on my computer, I might as well have just played it. So now I'm cutting myself off of playing video games as well, which that sounded really bad. But yeah, anyway, so I decided to just sit in my room in silence. I wasn't even taking a nap or anything, I fold my room up like this, like my bed. I always do my bed in the soldier way, where I just have like it like that. And so I was laying down in the cold. Well, I had my clothes on, right? But I would rather not get under the covers and the sheets, because if I did that, I'd feel warmer. And that might have tempted me to, do that thing. So instead, I just laid there in fucking silence and I put a timer for 30 minutes and I just zoned out. I was just thinking and realizing, damn, my mind is hyperactive AF. Like I was trying to use that time to meditate, but it was still hard for me. And then at some point I fell asleep anyway, because it's kind of what happens, you can try to just lay in your bed and not sleep, but you're gonna fall asleep eventually if you lay there for long enough. And then my little brother came back from an outing. He was out doing a chore. And then he came back. And so he called out to me and was like, hey, Jacob, I'm back home. And I thought, no way that not 30 minutes passed. And then I pick up my phone and it said there was still 7 minutes passed. Like I put a 30-minute timer. I'm telling you, it felt so long. It felt like I was there for an hour. And then I fell asleep and I felt like I was sleeping for an extra hour as well. But then it turned out it wasn't even 30 minutes. It was 23 minutes. So it really just goes to show that our perception of time is completely cooked, because it's based off of how stimulated you are. If you're very stimulated, you're not going to pay attention to the time passing. And if you're not, you're going to be alone in your thoughts. And the more time you spend not being stimulated, the more this effect takes place. So let's say at the beginning, you're like, oh shit, I need to stop scrolling. So you stop scrolling and you like focus on staring at the wall. You're still going to have some hyperactive thoughts. So in the beginning, time is going to pass faster. The more time you spend not being stimulated, the slower time passes. It's crazy how effective this is, because if you think about it, anything that's online stimulation is so full of different colors, different text for you to read, different, like all these parts that are moving. And if you're just outside in nature, there's way less of that. This is why people that entertain themselves with going outside or traveling or like talking to people feel artificially like they live a longer life than people that play video games, for example, because there's just so much stuff moving on your screen, so many different colors, so much different text, that it stimulates you so much. And so time passes so quickly. Like it feels like it passes so much faster, right? So yeah, definitely. That's what I'm going to start doing more often. I mean, I did it now and it was very helpful for me. I think I can now lock in on editing again and get some work done, hopefully finish this video. But yeah, we should definitely learn how to be more comfortable in silence, guys. Oh, and last thing, I just turned off the video and checked how long this recording was. And I had like hypothesized, okay, this is probably going to be anywhere between a 7 to 10 minute video. The raw recording is just 5 minutes and 60 seconds. So this just goes to show, I'm literally proving myself right. We need to be more comfortable with silence and just not to be stimulated all the freaking time. That makes days feel so short, you know? So yeah, practice staring at the wall and just not doing anything. Don't even force yourself to meditate, because I know sometimes it's like a little bit iffy, and then in the beginning it's harder. So maybe you start, just don't think about meditating, just sit in silence, and then eventually when you're more comfortable sitting in silence, then start meditating, and then it can actually help you because you'll feel more comfortable to do it consistently. And if you really force yourself to do it, then you're not going to do it consistently, and eventually you're going to stop. So that didn't help you at all, and you didn't change your habits. So yeah, see you in the next one. Bye.